A very special, very old throwback tonight. New Year's Day here in San Diego 50 years ago.
Cathy Clark had an eventful day covering celebrations around town for then TV8 Action News.
For the two major tourist attractions in the county, the Christmas season is a sort of barometer for the year to come. Will the number of visitors meet their expectations? At the 1st of December, both the zoo and SeaWorld didn't know what effect the gas shortage and the energy crisis would have on business. For almost the whole month, attendance was indeed down. Zoo officials say as many as 1,000 fewer people a day were taking in its sights. Then, over the last weekend, attendance shot back up again. Nobody knows why. This week, California's Lieutenant Governor Ed Reineke has gone to bat for San Diego's and the state's tourist industry. If there is fuel rationing, he says, tourists should be allowed extra gasoline so they can travel. The third largest industry in the state may be an optional one to a lot of people, but to Reineke it provides more than 1 million jobs and brings in a $4.5 billion chunk of the state's economy. San Diego's tourist industry booster, the Visitors and Convention Bureau, has special advertising going on outside the state to draw people here, with or without the energy crisis. But no one yet is willing to speculate on what the energy crisis or a possible recession may mean to tourism in 1974. The tourist industry in San Diego was worth $400 million a year in income to the city. That's not peanuts. And that's why the industry is going to try to do everything it can to keep it as healthy as possible. From the San Diego Zoo, I'm Cathy Clark for TV8 Action News. Yes, these hearty souls are partying it up pretty good. The Voyager Lounge threw open its doors at an ungodly 6 a.m. for a couple of hundred New Year's diehards. By 9 or so, things had thinned out considerably, but what the revelers lacked in numbers was more than made up for in their bountiful New Year's Eve spirit. But beneath all that jumping around, there is definitely a tortured look on a lot of these faces. But the band played on, extremely loudly. But by far the most insane torture was what these outdoor freaks perpetrated upon themselves, voluntarily. Inside a bar, it's at least warm, but out on the Silver Strand, the wind whistled across the ice as about 50 near-naked members of the South Bay Ski Club went through their usual New Year's Day ritual. Nobody there could exactly give me much of a reason for why. Fun could hardly qualify as being good enough to get any of these regular warm-blooded people onto that ice for 1 full minute. After that, the 50-ish water of the bay was probably like taking a bath. Well, that's one way to jolt yourself into the new year. I think I'll just sit on the beach and watch these nuts. I'm Cathy Clark, TV8 Action News, on the Silver Strand in my very warmest coat.
Well, she told it like it was, huh?
Yeah, tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, very much so. All right, Cathy Clark, 50 years ago.
Yeah, pretty
in San
cool.
Diego.
Very neat.
Very cool.